All right, back for more here, guys. So this is part 2 of my romance book TBR organization. Of course, we've been using here romance.io, and I love this website, guys. I will have the link so you can, check it out for yourselves. But what we're going to be doing, guys, for today's, this part of today's episode, because I have a couple books here, so trying to get everything organized. But you know what I'm going to be doing, guys? From now on, I'm switching to, like, ebooks now, just because of space reasons, trust me, there are so many book series that I want, but it's not going to fit on these bookshelves, okay? Yes, go on. So what we're going to do today, guys, we're going to organize Richelle Mead. I always want to say Rachel Mead, but it's Richelle Mead, Vampire Academy, the spin-off series Bloodlines, and another not well-known series of hers, unfortunately, the Georgina Kincaid series. We're also going to organize Vampire Diaries, the books that I have. And then we are also, I always forget the other series here. What's the other one? And yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do mainly for today's episode. So let's get started here. So I have Vampire Academy here organized. Well, it's already set up here. So let's go ahead. These books are they at the time when the whole vampire romance boom was going on. These books were very popular. Then the movie came out, and then it just. But Richelle Mead is very well respected in regards to this specific book series. But everybody's been telling me that the spin-off Bloodlines is better than Vampire Academy. But we'll see. All right, so let me go ahead and get the complete order here. There you go. It seems like a lot of you guys are going and checking out the website right now, because it's taking a while for it to. It's kind of slow with the loading here, but okay, let's get started here. So, excuse me. Oh my gosh. So the first book in the series. I'm sure I have it here. Here, like sticking together here. Okay, so first book in the series here, guys, is Vampire Academy here. Oh, here we go. Vampire Academy. You can get these in hardcover, but guys, like I said, I don't know why I always end up picking sometimes a really popular vampire like romance kind of or paranormal romance book series. Now these are considered YA, but to me some of the subject matter is definitely to me new adult, but it is what it is. But there we go. So we got the first book, then there's a short story. It's called The Meeting, but I don't have that. Excuse me. But that's from Dimitri's point of view. And then the second book is called Frostbite. So I had that. Then the third book is Shadow Kiss. I love the covers on these. They are really savage. So we have Shadow's Kiss. Then after that comes Blood Promise. This is easy enough. Then after Blood Promise, I love this cover because he fine as hell. So this is Spirit Bound. And then after Spirit Bound comes the last book, which is called, and this is the only hardcover one that I have of the series. This is Last Sacrifice. So that is the main series for Vampire Academy. But then there's also another book that kind of goes into more detail. And this is, and I actually have this too. I was really lucky, guys. I was able to find all these books together with the guide. So this is the Vampire Academy, the Ultimate Guide. So if you really want to learn more about the whole universe of VA, as they call it, I would suggest getting that. So there we go. Vampire Academy is done. So now another big series here. This is like one of the smaller series I've had besides some of the trilogies that I have. Now we're gonna move on to the other spin-off here. And this is Bloodline. So, ooh, I love those abs. Okay, I'm being ridiculous. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll search here. And we'll just put Bloodlines. So you can search by the title or the author name. So we'll go ahead and we'll just do that. And I just got the other two, guys, yesterday. So, yes. Okay. So, you get these here. These are a lot smaller books, actually, so I should be able to read these no problem. But I love reading an audiobook while I'm reading it, so it's cool. All right, so next here, okay, well, let's get started with this one. So the spin-off series goes as follows. So the first book here is Bloodlines. And then after Bloodlines, I was really lucky, guys, to buy the first two books together. So then there's the Golden Lily. You can also get these in hardcover, but this series is so popular too. It's kind of difficult to get at times. All right, so then book 3 is the Indigo Spell. The classic love triangle. No, being a love triangle, I mean, look at me. Come on. I would never have that. But yeah, the love triangle, that's tough. It's like, who do you choose? But to me, I feel at the end of the day, you have to be with the person that, you know, treats you right. And also your heart feels that too, you know? But see, maybe that's just the hopeless romantic in me. All right, so we have the Indigo Spell. And then after that, this is the Fiery Heart. So I have a couple that are in hardcover here. All right, and then after the Fiery Heart, then we have book 5, which is Silver Shadows. And then after Silver Shadow, so as you can see, guys, I got a lot of reading to do, okay? Then after that, I just got this recently too. And then this is the Ruby Circle. So that is book 6. So there you go. Complete main Vampire Academy with the spin-off series Bloodline. And hey, we have Little. What's up? And Little says, what's good? Well, just organizing my books. And people calling me ugly. The usual. All right. So the other thing too, guys, like I said, when it comes to the paranormal romance genre, I don't know, some authors, they really love these like compilation books where they put like extra stories that they don't include in the main series. So I have this, and this guy is so hot on here. Maybe this is, I love older men. Like that's just what gets me going, you know. And oh hey, okay. And oh, Kenny says you got it all nice. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay, so oh wait, did I? Oh no, I totally forgot. I gotta make sure I do that. Okay, so oh, let me show you this though. But this is Internal Lover. So this has stories with Rochelle Mead and some other authors, I believe, in here. Oh, no, well, you have Hannah Howell, Jackie Kessler, and one story in here, City of Demons by Rochelle Mead. But look at all that sexy chest hair. I love a hairy man, but that's just me. Oh, no, that was the previous episode that I did. I just had people just being rude, but that's just what comes with doing this, but it's okay. All right, so let's add this, guys. I forgot to add it. I was such an idiot here. Okay, so I did. Okay, I gotta make sure I add this. Okay. All right, give me a second here, guys. I'll be right back here. Okay, I totally forgot, y'all. Oh, okay, cool, Candy. Cool. We'll have to keep in touch for sure. All right, so I am back. Okay, so let's add. I completely forgot, guys. Because I added Black Dagger Brotherhood and everything. So let's add the. Let me move this aside here. And let's add the. Okay, so let's add all of the Outlander books. How could I forget? What the hell? Okay, so I have that on there. Okay, I think I did get all of them. Yes, I did. But yeah, it's just people are being rude to me today. And I'm like, come on, I'm a nice person. Give me a break today. Please. Okay, so, all right. Okay, I did put that on there. Okay, so now I have to, I forgot to put Stooky Stackhouse. Cause I have a, you know, a couple book series here, so I want to make sure that I have it so I'm not like reading the same book. Let me see here. I'll just say Suki and see what happens here. Oh, sorry here, guys. Forgot to show this to you here. Okay, so I'll just say Stackhouse. Oh, totally spelled this wrong. There we go. Okay. So let me make sure I put these books in here. Totally forgot. Okay. So we'll put the reading order in here. Okay. So the cool thing, guys, is once you hit that, like, check out the reading order, you can also just do this. You can just bookmark it as one to read, and you just go down the list. So then you don't have to, like, be going back and forth. See, I'm all about KIS, which is keep it simple. So any way I can simplify my reading organization, it just makes it better for me. But you guys let me know if you like this better than Goodreads. But Goodreads is good for like romance too and other genres. But this one is specifically designed, romance.io is specifically designed for the romance book genre. That is so hot. I wish I could wear an outfit like that. Need to hit the gym more. Let's see here. It is want to read. Okay, good. I got that on there. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to go. I wish they just had this search bar up top. That would be, you know, more intuitive that way, but it's all good. Okay, so now we're going to put. What am I doing here? All right, let me put in the books on my chest here. So we're gonna say vampire. And then we'll put Academy. Vampire Academy, so that'll come up. Oh, hey, Candy. And Candy says, I even told, oh, Oh, I told my mom and my boyfriend, my mom about, but doesn't really read romance. Yeah, you know, romance, like for some people though, it's an acquired taste. Like for me, I've always loved romance because I'm a hopeless romantic, no pun intended, but I've always enjoyed the genre. But once I started to encounter certain stigmas because of being a romance reader, I started to kind of study and do more research about Romancelandia, which is the actual term for the romance book community. And yeah, that's the #1 conversation that I hear is like, how do you deal with stigma, you know, being a romance book reader? And at the end of the day, just like any other genre, like, you know, there's stigmas with certain types of sci-fi, there's stigmas with certain types of fantasy, you know, main genres and subgenres, or just being a reader of it. I've just learned that it's like, I just don't give a fuck what people think now, and it's like, I read what I enjoy. If I want to read a really campy, smutty, just real straight up juicy romance read, I'm gonna do that. Or if I want to, you know, read Jane Austen, I'm a huge stan for too. If I want to read Jane Austen, I'm gonna do that. You know, for me, and this is something I'll have to talk about in the future, being a person of color that is a romance reader is a very unique experience as well, because then I dealt with some more interesting stigmas where I would have people be like, why are you reading that? Because they wouldn't expect someone like me to read Shakespeare or read Jane Austen and and stuff like that. So that's been a challenge for me, you know, people being surprised that, you know, someone who looks like me actually reads like intellectual things. But because romance as a genre, it is intellectual, especially once you get into historical romance, specifically like Regency romance. Regency romances are designed for the actual historical Regency era that happened in England. So it's not a dumb genre, okay? There can be some complexity to it. All right, so let me go ahead and add Vampire Academy, but I just love vampire romance. There's something just, to me, even in general, like there's just something sexy to me about, like, you know, a guy that is like wearing all black or like something like that, just looking all like mysterious and shit. Like I love that. I love that. You know, the long hair. But see, you guys don't know I'm really into like rock and metal music too, so maybe that's where it comes from too. But you know, if I see a guy with some well like conditioned hair, okay, yes, squad. I'm just saying. But you know, we'll talk about stuff like that, you know, like romance stigmas and you know, my experience as a person of color reading the genre, you know, some tips if you're new to the genre and how to deal with those stigmas, because we have to recognize that this genre has a lot of stereotypes that can occur with it that people sometimes have. There's a lot of misconceptions. So I like to debunk those misconceptions. So we'll be talking about that in the future for sure. Let me get the order for this. And if you guys have like topics, ideas that you want for me to talk about here on the show, like let me know too. All right, so of course we're gonna read all of these. Here. I hope you guys are not bored with what I'm doing today, but I was just getting so sick and tired. I was just like, okay, I have to get this organized right, because I had like I have two bookshelves kind of behind my background here. So how I had it originally set up is I had my right bookshelf be historical romance, and the bottom shelf was science fiction. Specifically, I like reading Star Trek books, And then this side was supposed to be just my vampire book collection. But then I come to find out I had like some paranormal romance interwoven in there, which makes sense. But now I was like, you know what? I need a TBR. Like, if I'm going to be a booktuber, okay, a paranormal romance booktuber here, I need to, understand all the community, like, terminology and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I should make a TBR and make this order of like reading, the books, and then I will do what I like to call a book roast on it. And I keep it real with them book roasts. Let me tell you, y'all gonna enjoy that, trust me. All right, so then I just have to, okay, so we're good there. So I can put this aside. I marked these already. I'm curious to see now what series are similar to Vampire Academy. Okay, so yeah, Sarah J. Maas. I get a lot of people wanting me to read that. We'll see. Oh, the Lux series. Oh, this looks sexy. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see Hunger Games being kind of related. And some of these book series, and that's what I love about this website, guys, romance.io, is like it helps you to like discover book series that you may have never even heard of. Like this one, I've never heard of the Fever series. Hush Hush. What? Oh, that looks fancy. The Infernal Devices. Oh, this is cool. Okay, yeah, I have heard of the Lunar Chronicles. I know those are really popular. Oh, this series I heard is poppin'. This one here, by I think it's Tahire Mafi. This Shatter Me series I heard is savage, like straight up savage. And oh, Candy says I own the first book to the Lux series. Yeah, I heard that was pretty good too. And book 3, and then you're on for Sarah J. Maas, Hair of the Fire. Now let's talk a little bit here. What is the big deal about Sarah J. Maas? I'm trying to understand the appeal. Because it's like everybody talks about her. Like what really makes her books like really stand out? Like why is she such a big deal? I'm still kind of new to this, understanding the people that are popular right now. But I did some research on why adults read YA books. I did a separate episode on that, and I kind of gave my views on it. But I found that like Sarah J. Maas was like one of the main authors that a lot of adults that are into YA would read. So I was just like, what is the big... So I bought the books, I'm like, I gotta find out why everybody is going crazy for her. They be standing for her so hard. So I just want to see what the big deal is. So we'll have fun with that book roast, I'm sure, for real. But Candy says, yeah, the Cinder series was amazing. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. All right, so we're going back here to the main page here. Okay, let me make sure I go back here, go to my bookshelf. All right, cool. So as you can see, guys, it's all coming together now. I have my list. So that I can, keep track. Yes, one. Okay, so Candy says, I have to say the strong female characters kick butt, and there's romance and supernatural combined. And Candy says, I love to see her speak. Yeah, that's always cool, is to see an author talk about their work. Because that's what, and then I love the Q&A, because people, let me tell you, they be bringing them book receipts. They'd be like, in chapter 4, like the beginning section of page 35, I was just wondering why the character did this. Can you like go into further detail? I'm like, yes, bring them book receipts. Let me tell you. No, if I ever, guys, like, I go hard for Anne Rice, right? If I ever were to meet Anne Rice, the first question I would love to ask her is, like, why she stopped. There was a certain period of time, and it was after, unfortunately, her husband passed, and she stopped writing the Vampire Chronicles. I wanted, like, I would ask her what made her stop writing for a while, and then a couple more years later she wrote Prince Lestat, and then there was that other one, like the Prince Lestat and Something of Atlantis. But I was just curious why, because I know that Lestat, the character of Lestat, is based on her husband, so that's why I'm thinking the reason why she stopped was because of that. Because you know, when you write a character that's kind of connected to someone that you care about, that's kind of tough, you know, to continue writing that. But I would just love to hear her stance on that. I think that would be interesting. All right, so let me go ahead and search here, and then we'll do Bloodlines, boom. But yeah, this website's so easy to use, man. Yeah, I would love to go to book conventions and do all that stuff, you know. And then maybe someday I'll give my book bay, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys, let me tell you, I be so, like, swooning when I see, like, other booktubers bring on, like, their significant other, and, like, they, like, actually buy them books as gifts and stuff. Like, it'd be melting my heart, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I need a book bay today, like, today. No. A mess. Okay. All right, let me get the reading list here. Oh, there's a lost chapter. I didn't know that. Okay. I have to find out where I can get that book. So we're gonna go ahead, read all this shit right here. So yeah, I have a lot of reading. My TBR it's embarrassing, guys. But I try to read 2 books a month just because of the time constraint. If I can read more, I try. But right now I'm reading Civil Warriors by Tracy A. Ball, and I have like an hour left of reading. So I'm hoping I can finish it tomorrow, so then we can talk about it. Oh my god, that book is on fire, guys. The story, at first it was a little bit slow, you know, but once it started to pick up, the end part of the book is savage. Like, there's just so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot. All right, so then we got book 6. So man, there must be a lot of people on here, because like it's like not even loading. Like, that's crazy, man. But I am glad that the book industry is doing better, though. Excuse me here. Because there was, for some time, I was concerned. Because not a lot of people were reading. I was like, what's going on? But ever since this, you know, COVID-19 situation, it's like everything related to the arts is getting popular again. And I'm glad that people are getting back into reading, because especially for adults, I really feel reading is so important. It keeps the brain fresh, you know, and all that good shit. Oh, okay, so you've been to a couple book festivals. Oh, and your boyfriend went to 3 of them. Aww. Oh, that's cool. He met a whole bunch of authors. Yeah, I love to do that. Like, I would love to meet like Anne Rice and Laurel K. Hamilton, and I would dress up for that shit. Like, that's just the type of stan I am. Like, I would like dress up like the character, be all cliche and shit, have the shirt and on, be like, oh my gosh, I love you. Okay, I won't be that annoying, but you know what I mean. But no, that would be an ultimate blessing for me, because Anne Rice, guys, like I've always said this, Interview with the Vampire was the first book that really got me into reading, you know, vampire romance and just reading like the whole paranormal, you know, book genre in general. So if it was not for her, I would not be the reader that I am today, really. All right, so let me search this next book here. But yeah, I love this website. I'm so glad I found this. I hope this is useful to you guys. So let me do, what is this called? It's called like Internal Lover. Yeah, but there's a pro and con with the book compilations, because it is nice to, you know, get your favorite author and other authors in one book like that, but sometimes it's annoying because if it's, like I said, if it's a limited release or it sells out really quick and you can't get it, it's like, ugh, frustrating. Oh, it's actually here. Cool. Colonel Lava. His sexy ass. I'm thirsty, guys. I can't help it. All right, no. Okay, so we'll do want to read. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so this is done and done. Okay, so now we're going to go through, yeah, let's do Vampire Diaries. Oh, I have a standalone book here too. This one has gotten mixed reviews. This is Soundless. I really like Asian culture, so when I saw this, I was like, I gotta read this. But see, there's always a problematic thing. From what I've read, Rochelle Mead did do some extensive research on, I believe this takes place in China, but it's like ancient China. So that's very important to me when it comes to diversity in reading. I really feel it's important for authors to really do the research, to give the best cultural representation, because you are setting an example when you write a book and you're not, you know, about a culture that's not your own. So I think it's really important for authors to really set that example, and do the, you know, the research and, you know, be as accurate as you can, because I think people respect you more when you do that, you know, regardless of book genre. But yeah, so I have Soundless, so I'll just like put it over here. Actually, I should add it because I am gonna read it. So we have Soundless. And I love that you can search it and it comes up right away. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, let me try it again here. So we'll do... Sometimes there's some books that they just don't have it unless it's like romance related, but there's some romance in there. So let's see if I can find it. If not, I'll put it on my Goodreads as well. Well, let me see here. I may have to do... I'll need... And you can also see the books that are most popular too by that author. So that's good. And it's a standalone book too, and it also gives you a listing too, guys, of similar authors, which I thought was cool. Okay, so apparently Soundless is not romantic enough, so I'll just have to put it, you know, kind of standalone on its own. Okay, so all right, let me put all of my organized stuff here to the side, and we have Vampire Academy here. All right, this here. I am so glad, guys, I'm doing this, so that way it's done, you know. Okay, but yeah, I can't wait till the day I'm blessed and I have a significant other that just like respects what I'm into, and even if they're not into it, they would still, like, you know, take me to a book convention or, you know, surprise me with something like that. Oh, that'd be so great. But enough of me gushing over future Mr. Right. I have another series that a lot of people don't really talk about when it comes to Rochelle Mead, and that is the Georgia Kincaid series. So let me search the first book here. Now I'll show it to you guys. Man, my headband is itching me like crazy today. I may take it off in a moment here. I think I need to like wash it. Or sometimes I'm just so sensitive to so many things, it's annoying. Okay, so we'll do a lot of books about succubuses apparently here. That was kind of dumb of me. Okay, so we have the Georgia Kincaid series. So yeah, this is an interesting book series about a succubus that works in a bookstore. How interesting is that? Okay, so let's get the book order here. Okay, I'm gonna take off my headband here. Sorry guys, this thing is itching me like crazy. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take my headband off. It was like itching me like crazy. I like washed my hair and everything yesterday. It must be, maybe it's the bands or something in there, but it was itching my scalp. I was like, ah. All right, let's get back to it here. All right, so the first book in this series is Succubus Blues. So we have that. I'll put this here on the side here. Do it like this maybe? No, I'll do it like that. Okay. So then book 2 is Succubus on Top. That's pretty juicy. I mean, it tells you what's going to be right there. No. So there's Succubus on Top. And Dating a Succubus. That's got to be interesting. Then there's this other book. I don't have it. It's kind of in between Succubus Dreams and Succubus on Top. It's called City of Demons. Then there's Succubus Dreams. That's the next book in the series here. Then there's Succubus Heat. There's different covers. So I have like the main cover that you're gonna see here. And I got these all used. I buy a lot of used books, guys, because you know why? It saves the money, honey. All right, so there's Succubus Heat. All about that heat, honey. Good God. All right. And then there's, this is book 5, which is Succubus Shadows. I really like the covers. They're, you know, I think I could totally pull this look off, don't you think? All right. And then the final book here, which is book 6, is the Succubus Revealed. So there is that. So let's go ahead and add all of these, and then we'll get to the fun one, which is Vampire Diaries. Guys, I am Team Damien. Oh my gosh. The guy, I think, what's his name? Ian something. I always forget his last name. He should have played Christian Grey, in my personal opinion, in the 50 Shades of Grey movie adaptation. He would be so perfect for that. Oh, he has that cunning look. Like, hashtag Team Damien. I know. I am a mess. I am a mess. A mess. All right. Cool. There we go. All right. Oh, I forgot to put this back up. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, so all right, so that's okay. So I'm gonna favorite these all now. So we have want to read. I have to find out where I can get this City of Demons one. Okay. At these. Hey, you guys let me know who are your favorite authors. Oh, also shout outs to all of you, of course, alternative book snobs out there that have been giving me some bomb ass recommendations. Like, thank you. So I'm gonna have a everlasting, ever flowing TBR. So, but it's all good. I love having an endless supply of books to read. So, you know, it keeps my brain fresh. Okay, I'm old as dirt. Okay, so, all right, put this here. All right, now for this last part here, we're gonna do Vampire Diaries. So. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do very popular series. Oh my gosh, LJ Smith. Like, I would always have people be like, how can you be a oh no, I totally did it wrong. Okay, all right, so let me bring them up here. Yeah, we will be having really a lot of fun talking about these books because there's so many issues with these books. Like, good God. All right, let me get them all. This one I have a little more hardcover, but I primarily have a lot more soft cover. And I got these at a good price too, so I can't really be really bitch. But yeah, Vampire Diaries is also still popular. It's an old series, but like people, they be living for them. The TV show did not do the books like justice from what people have told me, but I finished the first season. The first half was kind of menopausal for me. But the second half, that's where the tea was, okay? And seeing Damien with his shirt off, that was enough for me, bitch. So, yeah, it was everything. Okay, so Kenny says, hell yeah, watching a little show soon. Still have to read the series. Yeah, I think what I've decided now is I'm gonna read the books first and then continue watching it because I want to see the comparison, because there are a lot of differences that they made to the TV series than the books, which it's understandable, guys, because as much as we want the best book adaptation accuracy, sometimes you have to modify things because it just maybe does not work for the show direction and stuff like that. But all right, let's do these here. I mean, Stefan is okay, but I don't know. Something about Damien, he just does it for me. Alright, so... Alright, cool. Now it'll come up. Alrighty. This is a big series, too. Alright, let's see here. May have to do it like this. Yeah, she has a whole bunch of series here, like Night World, like a mess. There's so many. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to do it this way, maybe. No. Go back here. Yeah, so she has a lot of books, man. A lot. Okay, I think I have to do it like that. See, that's weird. This series, they don't have it like... Check out all the recent books here. Okay, I think I can do it like this. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's different... Oh, okay, I see how they have it. Okay, they have it set up by the arcs in the series. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do... Okay. So there is the main part, like the main books, okay? So you can either buy the books separately, guys, or you can buy these like 2-in-1s, which I would recommend because it will save you more money, just saying. So I have this one, which is The Awakening and The Struggle. So those are book 1 and book 2. Then book 3 and 4 is The Fury and Dark Reunion. Then after that, you have the Return series, okay? So Return series, you have The Return Nightfall, so that's volume 1. Then you have Shadow Souls. And then after that, you read The Return volume 3, which is Midnight, okay? So then after you read all of this, then there is the Hunter arc series. So then you have, these are the only ones that I have that are hardcover. So then you have The Hunters, which is volume 1 of Phantom. And then after Phantom, you have Moonsong. And then after Moonsong, you have Destiny Rising. So then you have that. And then once you finish all of this lovely swagaliciousness here, then you have this arc, which is the final arc, which is the Salvation. So then you have, this is Vampire Diaries Salvation Volume 1 Unseen. Then after Unseen, you have, he is so sexy too, Unspoken Volume 2. And then after Unspoken, the final book here is Salvation. Unmasked, Volume 3 Unmasked. There we go. So then once you have all of this mass done, let me put these over here and watch, they're gonna like fall on me and shit. Okay, so once you have all of that done, then things get interesting, because then you have these all right, so with that, guys, the mess today's episode is, okay, no disrespect, but it's a hot mess today. Okay, so after you finish these main arcs, okay, so you go through the regular Vampire Diaries, okay, then you have the Hunters arc, Salvation arc is the final part. Then they decided to add these additional books, which is from Stefan's perspective. They're called the Stefan Diaries. So I was really fortunate I got all of these. I was super excited. But I had to get them piece by piece, okay? So the first book is Origins. So you're learning more about Stefan and, you know, all of his... He is so sad. That's why maybe I like... Maybe that's why I like Damon more, because I mean, Damon's had his sad moments, but at least he has a lust for life. You know what I mean? Sometimes Stefan, especially on the show, he's just like, oh man, life really sucks. And Damon's like, you see all these fine ass women I have around me? Hey, you get your life, I'm getting mine. Like, so maybe that's why. Even though I won't lie, Damon is a jerk though, man. But at least he has a lust for life. I can appreciate that. But he has his sweet moments with Elena though, no lie. All right, so okay, so you have volume 1, which is the Origins. Then volume 2 is Bloodlust. This sexy ass. Yes, go on. All right. Then after that, you have volume 3, which is The Craving. And these are beat up a little bit, but I didn't care because I'm going to get book tape, you know, and keep them all together. I just wanted to read it, you know what I mean? Because to get these guys brand new, you gonna pay for it, bitch. Okay, so then after that, you got volume 4, which is The Ripper. He's got a good strong face, but you know. And then after volume 4, of course, you have volume 5, which is The Asylum. And then after that, you have the final. Ooh, this is my favorite cover. He's so sexy. Look. Yes. But then that is the compelled. Vampire Diaries has a lot of complexities to it. There's some things that, yeah, you can totally tell it is a YA series, but like, yeah, I live for some Damien, okay? And then there is another series after you watch Vampire Diaries. It's called The Originals, and I gotta watch it. I heard it is popping. So this is the first book. There's 3 of these books that came out, and I need to get the other 2, but once again, the monies, okay? These books are really expensive for some reason. I was lucky to get this on sale, but this one is The Originals, The Untold Story. This is The Rise, so this is the first book, and then there are 2 others in the series. So there we go. So that's all of my Vampire Diaries we got organized. We have Bloodlines, Georgia Kincaid, so all of that's all good. So now all I have to do is add it. All right, let's look by series here. Okay, perfect. Okay, this works out really well. Okay, so that's interesting, they have it set like this. Okay, so we'll have to do it like this. And see, these are the older covers for the series. So let's do this one first, because that's how you're supposed to read it. And yeah, there are short stories. Like this is I want to read that one because that one is like what happened between Matt and Elena during their first date. And I'm like, oh, the tea. So there is that one. Yeah, I definitely want to read that. And then there's another one called Matt and Elena, the 10th date on Wickery Pond. So it kind of lets you go deeper into Elena and Matt's relationship. I mean, they do talk about it in the series, but like I like to see outside of the main series, so I have to read that as well. All right, so then we have The Awakening. There's the After. Oh yeah. So After Hours is like another, like, I would say it's like a short story. Hey, welcome to the program. And we have 277. Hey, what's up? And After Hours is like a short story about when Bonnie, I love Bonnie. Oh my gosh. I live for Bonnie's character on the show, is great. And I love the fact, even though Bonnie is not a person of color in the book series, but I appreciate they did that. I thought that was an interesting kind of, it was different. I thought that was cool. But After Hours is the Vampire Diaries. After Hours is about the first time that Bonnie met Damien, like the actual first time they met. So yeah, I definitely want to read that shit. I'm sure Bonnie, because Bonnie is feisty, yo. Okay, and then we have The Struggle and The Fury. And then we have, so you can see, guys, this is a big ass series. And okay, and then this is called Blood Will Tell. So this is like what happens after Dark Reunion. So I thought that was interesting. So you know what the heck, let's put that in there. Okay, so we got that. Now we're gonna go back. All right, so we have the main series. What else is in here? These are some of her other series I didn't really get into. Okay, so then after main vampire, then we have to read the Hunters arc. So let's see where it is. Okay, so the Hunters, and then we'll do that next. But yeah, once you get your books organized, like you get your TBR, like your physical TBR books organized, it's so soothing, guys. You're like, yes, I got it done. But I was just getting frustrated because I would pick up a book and I'm like, oh, this is not in the right order. I'm like, oh, damn. So that's why I'm doing this today. Okay, so we got that. All right, and then after the Hunter series, once again, you have the Salvation series here. So we'll just add that. And if you guys have any questions for me too, definitely let me know. that. Cool. All right, so we got the first main. Okay, so let's do Stefan's diaries now. We can do. I'm sure that's gonna be interesting, especially when he talks about Damien. I think because they cannot stand like early on. You learn that you'll learn. I'm not gonna spoil it for those of you, but you kind of learn their relationship. It was kind of nice, but then things happened that made it kind of shift. So yeah, it is going to be interesting to read these diaries. And you know what I would hope, because Damien is a popular character too. I would love if they came out with Damien's diaries too. Guys, do you know how juicy of a read that would be? Oh my gosh. Like all of his like escapades. It would be such a mess. Okay, so now we got all of those. So we have Vampire Diaries in there. We have Georgina Kincaid in there. Vampire Academy, Bloodlines. Okay, we got all of those in there, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead, like what I did before. I'll put my, put this back, and then I'll come back, and we're winding down a little bit. No, we're not winding down. We still have a lot to do. But we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. So I got that. This is set. Okay, so this is what we have left. We have the JoJo Moniz book series, The Me Before You, Tanya Huff, E.L. James in there, some Dracula spinoffs. I also got a Mafia romance. Once again, because of Peace Love Books and many others, like, oh my gosh, like, I would never ever read a Mafia romance, but this one was so crazy. It's called Russian Tattoos, so I can't wait till we get to that so I can talk about like how I feel just from an impression standpoint of getting them. Twilight, and then the grand finale is going to be L.A. Banks' book collection, the Vampire Huntress series I have, and then we're gonna conclude with the author I am a stan for. Well, I'm a stan for many authors, but specifically Anne Rice, and I'll show you guys my complete Anne Rice collection, including her son Christopher Rice as well, because he writes. I didn't know that, and I bought 2 of his books. And then after that, tomorrow we're gonna do historical fiction and fantasy and my Star Trek book collection. That I'm not gonna touch because I already have that organized. But I think the historical and fantasy, we're gonna have to make that a separate TBR and get that. Now that I'm gonna use Goodreads just because a lot of my fantasy series are, they have romance elements to it, but it's not the central point. Like the Witcher series, for example, by Andrzej Sapkowski, it does have romance elements, but that's not the focal point of the book series. So that's why I don't have The Witcher in my romance TBR section. So that will be a fun one too, because I have a lot of authors that maybe you have not heard of, or maybe you have. Because a lot of y'all that are my alternative book snobs, you guys are really, really intellectual, really smart. So thanks so much for the recommendations. Keep them coming. And also, guys, I can come up with ideas all day, but I love hearing from you guys. So if there's, a book topic that you want me to talk about, to do an episode on, live episodes. And I was even thinking too, guys, of doing a live episode, of course, with other booktubers as well, that are into paranormal romance and things like that. So if you know of any booktubers that are into paranormal romance and would like to do that in the future, vicious comment section below. Let your lady know, okay? But of course, guys, you can keep in touch with me following ways. I am on that Twitter. I am on that Instagram at bookshade1. Get your life. And I'll be back here in a moment, guys. And like I always say, once again, remember to embrace the darkness of reading. I will see you guys in a few moments here. Take care.